quick recap. Yesterday, this is what I had. So right here, I had the Clippers. I gave this one away yesterday on the live. That hit it for us. If you were here yesterday, you would have saw that hit for us. And then I gave away this one, the prop, that hit it for us as well. And then Halliburton, everybody was saying he wasn't going to play. Somehow he ended up playing and they won the game. And that hit for us as well. Now this was a little bit of a shocker for me, which was the Cavaliers. They were going against OKC. I did say that this was my notes that I had yesterday. I said this is a revenge game right here, and that OKC might win this game, but I did not think it was going to be a blowout. That was crazy to me. So what ended up happening is that OKC came back with a vengeance. They beat the crap out of them. So what happened with this though is that they got blown out, so they sat out Mobley and Jared Allen. By the time I checked it out again, they had 16 minutes for the whole game. So anyways, that prop did not hit for us because of that. I did share some other stuff on VIP. I'm not going to share that here, but basically this is what it was. And this was basically on the live that I was on yesterday. If you guys were here yesterday and you've been following for a while, please comment, let us know that you've been following. And if you saw these yesterday, these three would hit for you. So let me start off with today. This was my notes that I had yesterday. I did say the Suns are going against the trash Wizards. There was a huge spread. I also said that the Suns were not likely to cover that spread. So I was right about that. They only won by 7, not by 11. So that would have hit for us. I talked about Cavs already. I'm not going to repeat that. I did go with the Clippers. I said to buy it back a little bit because they were tired. They ended up winning. And then the Kings. A lot of people were on the Rockets. The Rockets have been very good lately, but I said that the Kings just had all the momentum. They had the line move. The Rockets were tired, all this stuff. So if I would have went with what I just said, I would have went 4-0 right here. This was just my notes from yesterday. So I'm going to get rid of that now. And again, this was the results for yesterday. So here's my notes for today. I'm going to go through the whole slate right here. I have a lot of information. Yesterday where people were talking shit because I said something about Paul George. And let me explain that real quick. I started using AI to filter out a lot of the data. So we have a lot of data right here. There's a lot of stuff. So what I started, this used to take me a couple hours a day just to go through it. And sometimes it was inefficient because I would forget to take a look at the injuries, or I would take whatever. So I would forget to look at certain things because it was so much information. So for example, right here, this is the insights. So for example, the Celtics are 74%, the Knicks are 70%, the Milwaukee Bucks are 76%, the Jazz are 22%, Miami is 70%, and then OKC is 90%. Like I said, so it was very difficult for me to remember, like to go and check one thing and then check the head-to-head and then check the others. So let me answer some here real quick. How much per month to get all the stuff? Go to the link and we have a 1-month pass. Go to the link in the description and then click on right below right here where it says free. There's gonna see a section that says VIP, and then you'll have the different options right there. So these are just my notes. This is before I've even looked at what the AI has said, what the data has shown, all this stuff. This is just my notes, so I'm going to be very clear about that. This is not something that I'm going with. This is just something that I'm looking at for overall picture of what I see. So Celtics are on a revenge game. They have the line move going towards the Celtics. They started at a minus 11.5. Now they're at a 13.5. However, the Celtics don't cover big spreads. What I mean by that is if I go to the head-to-head trends for the Celtics right here. So you can see these guys they started from 5, which is still not covering spreads. And the reason they don't cover spreads is that they're usually like very high, like about 15 minus. So even if they win by 10 points, they do not cover the spread. I hope that makes sense. So right now it's a 13.5. If they win by 10 points, this goes against them because they're not covering the spread. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so somebody's saying LaMelo is so that makes it even harder. So I don't think they're gonna cover the spread. And the only thing that I doubt to me, like I said, is the line is shifting. So it's still going to a minus 13.5. However, they don't cover spreads. You saw that's 50%. And on top of that, they're saying somebody just said that LaMelo Ball's playing, so that's going to be even closer. And on top of that, they lost straight up to the Raptors. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the team they're playing today, I think is it the Hornets? I think they're better than the Raptors, to be honest. So either way, I don't think they're going to cover the spread. I'm staying away from this game. The Knicks and the Timberwolves, they had a very slight line shift, very slight. I mean, about the Celtics, you can see they were minus 11, now they're minus 13. The Knicks have a very slight line shift. It went from minus 3 to a minus 4.5. So that's a very small line shift. Either way, Banchero's back too. So it is what it is. I think Celtics are going to cover this spread, to be honest. So that's just my opinion. Again, you can see the line is shifting right here. It's going from 11.5 to 13. You can see the money is shifting as well. The money is pushing this line. Let's go back to the Knicks again. The Knicks have a small line shift. It's not much. The Raptors, I'm just going to read this real quick and then I'm going to kind of put this to the side. So Raptors are covering spreads, Bucks. Yeah, the Raptors, they're covering spreads. The Bucks are not huge. Basically what I'm trying to say is that the Bucks have a very large spread as well. I know when they've played the Raptors, they do win pretty easily, but I don't think they cover these huge spreads. I would have to do more research on that. Those are just my opinion. Again, the Raptors beat the Celtics straight up. They were by 15, and they ended up losing straight up. So the Pelicans versus the Pelicans are starting to win the games. They have Zion back, and Murray is out or questionable. The Jazz have a massive injury list. Let me see if I can pull that up for you. So this is the injury report. You can see the Jazz right here. They have a huge list of out people right here. So the Jazz have no chance. Yeah, minus 9.5. I don't think they get that 9.5. They've only won 10 games. Murray is questionable. When you see this little green symbol right here, it says likely to play. More than likely he's going to play. But yeah. Anyway, Pelicans are winning more games recently. Jazz are just trash, to be honest. And with all these injuries, it should be not a blowout, sorry. It should be an easy game for the Pelicans. They do have Zion Williamson back, which makes a huge difference on the Pelicans team. So they started winning games. The Nuggets, Jokic in the Heat. So Butler is back today. He was on a 5-day suspension for acting like a drama queen. So he's back. So we don't know how that's going to react. We don't know if he's going to come back hard as hell or if he's going to be same drama queen he's always been. So how did the Cavs lose by that much? That's why I stayed away, Ethan. I said it yesterday. I said I'm not going to touch this game. I didn't touch it the last time they played. It's just so unpredictable when there's two very strong teams like that. And the reason I feel like they lost was exactly what I said, is that they were on a revenge. They got beat bad at the Cavs stadium and they broke their winning streak. So they were pissed. Anyways, Jokic and Murray, questionable. Seems Butler is back. They're at home, so the Heat do play a little bit better at home. And now that Butler is back, I don't know how he's going to act. So I'm staying away from this game, just my opinion. Also, Jokic and Murray are questionable. You can see over here, Murray is likely to play, Jokic is questionable. If Jokic doesn't play, the Heat are going to beat this team. The Hornets and the Bulls, there's nothing that stands out to me at all. There's no line shift, there's no head-to-head stuff. Nothing is really standing out to me right now. Thunder played yesterday, so they're a little bit tired. They're going against a very weak Mavs team. Luka is still out. I know Kyrie Irving is a little bit, he should be back today, or he's been back actually, but he's questionable. He's still questionable. And the Grizzlies versus the Spurs, slight line move, and Morant is questionable. So there's still a lot of injury reports that I'm waiting for. There's nothing that's standing out like dramatic to me yet. And then the Lakers and the Nets. The line very heavy on the Lakers for the reason being that the Nets lost by 58 points the other day. And we actually had the Clippers that day and they whooped them. So I don't think these guys are going to cover the spread. But again, there's a lot of indications. But even then they suck, so I don't think they're going to cover the spread. You can see they got Ben Simmons as a starter. They got a bunch of questionable people over here. More than likely, these guys are always questionable, but they always play, which is Davis and James. So this is actually information that I sell. People pay for this stuff, so I'm giving it to you guys for free today. If you guys go to the link in the description and go to the section that says daily scraper data, this is what you would be getting right here. So this is just basically the breakdown of the entire game for each game. So you can see there's 9 games today, and each game is on its own sheet right here. And it basically just gives you all the data for the whole game. So let's see. I won a two leg from yesterday. Appreciate it. He says I won a 2-leg yesterday. I appreciate it. So we actually had a 9-day winning streak, and then we lost, and then we broke even the next, and then we went on a 7-day winning streak, and then we lost one day, and then we broke even again, and then yesterday was a very slight green day. So there's days going to be like that. I can't share my screen. I can't share my calendar. On my calendar, it tells you how much money I've made and all that stuff. I can't because they flagged me. It is. So anyways, let me try to slide over here now and start trying to go through this. Let me see if I can find something. I do like the Celtics, to be honest. They went from an 11.5, they're now 13.5. So it's just explaining something here that I've told it. What's it say? The open, they were at a 210, now they're at 211. That's just for the over-unders. 91% of the stuff is coming in on the over. So I can't say this word, so that's why I'm kind of like hiding it. But 95% is on the over, 67% of the money's on the, that's why the line is still shifting. The money is still coming in on the Celtics. Magic are actually, okay, so now that makes more sense. The Magic are covering, well, sorry, I'm mistaken there. The Magic are covering spreads right here. So this is huge. That's why I like to read this stuff. So it's telling you the Magic are covering spreads and the Celtics are 50-50. This is when they've played each other though, so that can go back to last season. So there's not too much juice in that. And then you can see the Magic are 4-6 covering spreads in the last 10. So that's not a strong indication that the Celtics are going to cover the spread. I do Celtics today, but they burned me last time the other day I had them at a -4.5, and they were supposed to win by 15. They ended up losing the game. I can't really move this too much because other people are looking at the sheet, the people that paid. So again, if you guys want this sort of information, make sure you click on the link in the description and then click on daily scraper data. And if you want the free stuff, just go to the link in the description and go to free. You're going to see the free right here. And then also there's a little play button that's going to be for the YouTube channel. So once TikTok is done, you can go to YouTube and we can start going over there as well. So go make sure you get the free stuff right here. And then somebody was asking about the VIP. This is what the VIP looks like. You have a 1-day pass, a 1-week pass, a 1-month pass, and 6-month pass. So then we also have a couple of codes right here for you to get deposit matches and stuff like that. And then if you want the one-on-one mentorship, there's very limited slots available for this because it's going to take my personal time to teach you guys. So if you guys want, you have to fill out an application if you guys want to check that out. And if we can work together, then we can do it. A few people. And then this is what I was talking about, the daily scraper data. It's all the way at the bottom. And this is on the link in the description. And then if you want Discord, the first 10 people are $10. I think there's only like 3 or 4 slots available at the $10. After that, it's going to go up to $20. So if you guys want access to the Discord, we put a lot of stuff in there. We put live stuff in there as well. Things that we're seeing, like what we're thinking about, and all that stuff goes in the Discord. All right. The Timberwolves and the Knicks opened up at a 3.5. Now they're at a 4.5. So one point move towards the Knicks. The total went up. So the over is looking decent right there because it's up. 93% of the stuff is on Minnesota. The 70% is going on Minnesota. So let me explain something real quick. Let me pause right here. So this is what it's saying. It's saying that this 70% of the money's coming in on Minnesota, which is not. It's actually the other way. So the money's coming in on the Knicks, and it's I can't point it out right here, but you can't see my mouse. But if you look at right where it says Knicks, it's -3.5. It went up to 4.5. The money is going on the Knicks. So that makes more sense. What this is saying is that it was going on Minnesota, which is not. So it's saying that there is sharp reverse line move, but that's not correct. Karl Anthony Towns is questionable. Robinson is out. All these people are out. If Karl Anthony Towns is questionable and he doesn't end up playing, this is going to be a strong look for what is this. So just to confirm, I'm going to stay away from this game until I know what's going on with Karl Anthony Towns. So you can see the last Three times these guys have played each other. Giannis, either they blow him out, they sit him out, he passes a lot, whatever. They defend him pretty well. So whenever Milwaukee has played Toronto in the last 10 games, or the last 3 games they've played each other, he's gone way under this line at 100% hit rate. I'm gonna hit that one. So that's the free one I told you guys I would give you for 7,000 likes. So I appreciate it. This guy's hitting at 100% hit rate when they faced each other. Now, obviously, this goes back to November. This goes back to November last year, and then January. You can see the Thunder went from a -8. They have all the money on their side. All the money's on the Thunder. The only thing with the Thunder is that they played yesterday, and Kyrie Irving is back, so it's not going to be as easy to win this game because they're going to be tired. And Kyrie Irving, he's questionable, but he should be playing. I like the Thunder. I've been hitting with them. So this is what I'm going with so far. I don't know what this line is. I can't check the odds. I can't check the different odds in the different books and stuff like that. But I know they're 6, and now they're at a -8. So I'll probably buy it back a few points, and I'll go from there. This right here is a custom thing that I'm working on. So as you can see, this was actually wrong. This was Thunder. I'm starting to know it was a little bit less accurate than normal. So I'm glad I saw this. It's reading the wrong data. So I'm gonna have to, just on these 2 images, it seems like. The Thunder at a 6, now they're at an 8. I'm probably gonna get it back to a -4.5. This 92, a lot of money's coming in on the Thunder. 95% of the money's coming in on the Thunder. They're aligned. So the money and the public and the line, everything is showing towards the Thunder. This is a big thing right here. Hartenstein is out. He was out yesterday too, and they blew out the Cavs. So this should be an easy win for them. This should be an easy win for them, except that the fact that they're tired. So yeah, Thunder is -8.5. So you would have to go to get a book that offers both lines, and then get it back a half, or just take it at the 8. I'm not gonna do the 8. That's too high. So let's see. The Thunder, you can see they're not covering spreads every time they've played the Mavs. It's been 5-5. Oh, I love this part. This is great. You can see this. The Thunder are 8-1 in the last 10 games to cover spreads, and then the Mavs are 1-9. And again, that's because Luka is out, so that's their primary scorer, and he's out. So they're not covering spreads at all, and then the Thunder are covering spreads. So this makes it even stronger. I might just do a -6 or something. I'm not sure yet. But let's talk about the Lakers right here. The Lakers are -11.5, which is a super high line for them, and it went down. So you can see people agree with me that it went from a -11.5, now it went down to a -10.5, and when that, it's going towards the opposite team. So the public are not stupid. The people with the money and all that stuff, they're putting in the money on the Nets at a +10.5 or 11.5. That's why it's 10.5. So the money is going towards the Nets for sure. Then it went from 217 to a 219, so it went up. 90% of this came in. I can't say this word, but 90% of this came in on the Nets. The money's coming in on the Nets. And let me confirm this because it was inaccurate. So let's see. Yeah, so it is true. 70% and 67%. This is the opposite. 77, 70, and 30. So 30. So I'm staying away. Man, I'm not touching this game at all. First of all, they got blown out by almost 60 points just the other day. They got embarrassed like crazy. The Lakers are not doing well at all. You can see there's money coming in on the Lakers, but the huge line, it's a ridiculous line for the Lakers. They're only covering spreads 6 of the 4, 6 and 4. So I can't trust the Nets to cover the spread. They just got blown out. I'm staying away from this game. All right, let's check the Grizzlies. The Morant is out or questionable for the Grizzlies, so you got to take care of that. This line is shifting down, and that's probably because Morant is out. The line is going up. Anyway, I don't like this game. Morant is questionable. Spurs have Wembanyama back. You can see the Grizzlies are not covering spreads against the Spurs. And then they do cover spreads 6 and 4, but then these guys also cover spreads. There's a lot of contradictions there. I'm not touching it. The Bucks are a -11.5. They got pushed down a little bit to a -11. The total did go up. So this thing is actually a contradiction because it's the money is going up, but then the line is going down. So that's a contradiction. But like, what do you mean by opening line? When do you start to chart? So there's a lot of things. There's something called Vegas Insider covers. Just look at line moves and stuff like that on Google. And what it does is it actually gives you, there's services that you can look this up, but it gives you the number where it started at, and then you just look at where it's at now. So that's where you look at the line move. There's a lot of services that offer that. What's the price for the 1 month? Go check it out. Go to the link in the bio and then scroll down. The prices change all the time, so I can't tell you. We also have different discounts and things like that. So send me a DM if you want, but go to the link in the bio and then go down. You get the past 1 week, 1 month, 6 months. So just so you guys see, I've shared this before, but this is all the data that we look at. Check this out. This is one section of the data. So like right here, you see it's telling you real easily the Lakers were going to beat. So this are, like I said, this is obviously just data, right? It doesn't read the future. There's very smart people that put these things together, and this one is saying the Lakers are going to win by seven points. So if you just talking about that, I said the Lakers are not going to cover this spread, but I don't trust the Nets at all. So take it for what it is. The Brooklyn Nets are 20-20 covering spreads in this season. So take it for what it is. I'm not touching it, but that's what I just that's the stuff you got to look at. Like how often do they cover spreads? If they don't cover spreads, but by how much don't they cover spreads and all this stuff. As you can see, there's a lot of data here. This is the injury reports. This is basically just the injury reports for today. And have stat news, which is we use a scraper that goes out and pulls all this data. And you can see it's a lot of stuff, man. See, this has literally all the stats, how much they won by, how much they lost by, the difference of what they won, the difference if they lost, all these things, man. So if you guys haven't done so, go to the link in the description and then you click on free. If anybody's on the free stuff and they have value from this, can you please comment and say, yes, we get value so that other people know? And if we get to 20,000, I'll try to confirm another few plays. I'm going to show you guys normally I don't show this stuff, but you can see the projections. So you can see the Lakers are supposed to win by 7. The Bulls are supposed to win by 4. These are just projections, guys. The Heat are supposed to win by 1. The Grizzlies are supposed to win by 2. The Knicks are supposed to win by 4. The Thunder are supposed to win by 4. And that's taking into consideration that they're tired and they played yesterday. The Celtics, it shows here they're supposed to win by 18. Okay, I don't know where they're getting that data from. You can see right here below the logo, you can see the little red circles. What that means is the last 5 games, they did not spread only one time. Seems like you really do your research and you take it seriously. I've been doing this for over 1,000 days. It has over 3 years. The partner that I'm with, business partner, he's been doing it for 5 years. So we got a combined total experience of 8 years. We actually have a full team that is pulling all this data for us. We're using custom scrapers. We use a lot of information, and it's taken us a very long time to get here. So like, for example, right here, this is my NBA scraper. Then I have another scraper that goes on and gets the head-to-head. Then I got another scraper that goes on and gets the projections you just saw. Then I got another scraper that pulls the insights. Then I got another scraper that puts it all together, and then I have AI that filters it all out. So it's a whole process. So if you see right here, this is all the overs. These are not what I'm going with. This is just strong stats. If you want to take a screenshot, basically giving you the data. So like, for example, it's telling you the player right there, the name of the player, what the proposition is, and then how heavy the odds are. So for that Jackson Jr. over 1.5 assists, it's at -310. Obviously that's super high, but he's hitting this at a 90% hit rate. And you just kind of read it. And then at the top, it actually says overs, and then it says today's date. So hope that makes sense. That's the overs. So the unders, it has all the pretty much the unders, and is basically, this is very important. If you go to the top, it says unders, and then it has the date, and then the background is red. So when you see that it's red, it's the unders. There's really nothing else that it tells you it's the unders. So people might get confused right there. I don't know, but we look at these props, and that's kind of where we start. So somebody's saying Banchero's not getting that. I mean, it is what it is. These are just stats. Again, this is not saying go and do this or go put these in. Even he was like, oh man, I skipped through your videos. And I'm like, whatever you got to do, man. And then he comes back and says, your props are not hitting. And I'm like, you're wrong because I showed my props. And then he's like, wait a minute, those are the wrong props. So his dumbass was putting in all these props right here without doing any research. So do your research, just the over-unders. Your stuff is good. I appreciate it. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. We put a lot of effort into this. We have a whole team of people that look into this stuff. All right. I have to figure out how to couple, but either way. Pelicans are -9. They went all the way to a -11.5. The movement is going towards the Pelicans. Now you can see the line actually shifted up as well. The money is coming in on the over. I think they both have very weak defenses, so that might be an easy hit on the over. I've been staying away from overs, so I don't know. You can see there's a lot of injuries right here for both teams actually. If Murray is out, I would not touch this Pelicans game at all. You can see these guys are covering spreads like crazy, but they just had two major injuries, which is Clarkson and Collins. I'm sorry, Kessler and Clarkson. I think they've been out for a few games, and Markkanen is out too. So I would not touch this at all, unless you're going to look at the over. It's looking like I would not touch this spread at all. Before that, please go to the link in the description, click on free. I would appreciate that. We have over 1,200 people on the free. I think we crossed almost 7,000 people here on TikTok. And then if you haven't done so, go to the little button here, the little play button. I can't show you my mouse, but the little play button is YouTube. If you click on the little play button and you go to YouTube, I'm going to be posting all these lives. I'm going to start recording them now, and I'll cut them up to make them look a lot nicer and a lot cleaner. And then from there, I'll be pretty much talking about what I'm talking about here. So if you miss out on my lives, you can see on YouTube right there. Also, TikTok might be gone pretty soon. So Nuggets are -3.5. Current is the Heat minus. That makes no fucking sense. Give me a second. So it went from a Heat -3.5 to a Heat -1.5. What that means is that it's going towards the Nuggets. The Nuggets, you can see it started at a +3.5. Now it's at a +1.5. So that's getting pushed towards the Nuggets as an underdog. And they have 76% of the money coming in. So I guess I have to start reading, especially news. I have to start fixing this. So I'm glad I saw this. Anyways, now the line is going up, 224, now it's 226. So 86% of the money is coming in on the Nuggets. They do have Jokic is out. I don't think he's out. Let me make sure. I doubt that he's out. I think he's questionable. So he's questionable, and then Murray is questionable. If both of these guys are sitting, I would not touch this Nuggets team. I'm not going to touch the Heat either because Butler is back and he was out for 5 games, and it's not even an injury. It was just like some drama shit that happened between the Nuggets and the owner or something like that, and Pat Riley. So it's just some drama shit, and he wants to get traded and all this stuff. There's too many unpredictable things to see. I want to see how he comes back at home and see if they're gonna. Yeah, it's definitely a trap. I'm not gonna touch it. So let's see, the Bulls and the Hornets. I saw this earlier, and nothing was standing out to me. So you can see the line didn't move at all. It's still stuck at the same thing, no change. Line hasn't moved on the over or the under. There's contradictions here. You can see 56% is coming on one side, and then the other side on the over-unders. So injuries, nothing is standing out to me on this game at all. The only thing I see here is the last 10 times they've played each other, the Bulls have covered the spread 9 times. I'm not touching it. There's nothing that stands out. So, and to be honest, man, sometimes there is nothing. There's nothing to look at. So, from what I see, I only see two things that I'm looking at, which is the Clippers -4.5 and Giannis under 29.5. Everything else I'm staying away from. I'm gonna keep an eye on the injury report for Morant. Right, he's playing. Might take the Grizzlies. I'm gonna wait on that one. And then the other one is I'm not touching this one either. If it was a better team, honestly, if it was the Nets was a better team, I would have went with the +10.5 with the Nets. I like the Thunder right here for sure. The Timberwolves, But yeah, the other strong one that I like is the Knicks, but I'm gonna wait for the injury report to clear Karl Anthony Towns. Otherwise, I'm not touching it. Do you think you'll be going Twitch live? Yeah, so I have something set up on StreamYard. I've been doing my videos on YouTube with using StreamYard, so I know how to use it pretty good now. I was trying to get StreamYard for this live today, and I was not able to connect it. So once I figure out that I'm going to connect it, I'm going to actually be going live on 3 channels. It's going to be my YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, all at the same time. So this live would be live on 3 different servers, if that makes sense. The Bulls are on a 3-day losing streak. I had the Bulls money line the other day, and they disappoint. I'm from Chicago. I love the Bulls, but they fucking suck, and they're very unpredictable. If you're gonna go with this, I would buy back this to a money line. If you haven't done so, I'll leave this up for a few minutes. I'll explain what it is. Basically, all the stuff that I talk about right here, I put it on free, so you'll get alerted on your phone. Basically, very simple. If you want the stuff that I'm talking about right here, especially like right now, I have Giannis, the Thunder, and I'm gonna wait for the Knicks. So once I have all this stuff, I actually give it to you guys for free. You're gonna get alerted on your phone and your email. Make sure you have the link in the description and then click on free. Also, make sure you follow me on YouTube because we don't know how much longer we have on TikTok, and I'll be on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok as long as TikTok is here. So, do you have a list to sign up? Yeah, I'm talking about it right here. So go to the link in the description. Follow me first right here, and then after that, click on the link in the description, and then you'll see the channel and the free stuff right there. Yeah, guys. So again, if you guys have been on my free stuff, can you just say it's worth it? I know you guys have already done that earlier. We're at 22,000 likes, so I'll stick around for a little bit longer. If you guys have gotten the free stuff and you guys appreciate it, getting free value and all that stuff, can you guys let people know appreciate it? Even though he's a Bears fan, knows his stuff. I decided a long time ago. You know when I actually started winning is when I started going against the teams that I love. And all the Chicago teams suck. So that's made me decent money. He says, I've been following you. I've been following for about 3 weeks, and your Discord is fire. Thanks, guys. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. For letting people know. We do our best. I have another business partner. He's been doing this longer than I have. He's a lot more active in the Discord because I handle a lot of the other like business side stuff, and he's in there chatting pretty much all day. And on top of that, he puts a lot of it there, and we're always on the phone and talking about back and forth, what he's looking at and what I'm looking at and all this stuff. So Discord is, I think, is going to be one of our best offers because right now it's only $10. We're going to raise that up to 20. If we have more people, it's going to get more expensive because we put a lot of effort into it. So yeah, I like it because he talks about college basketball. Yeah, he's more focused. He does do pretty much all the sports. He's retired already, so he has more time, but he does a lot of the college stuff. Let me actually share some college stuff. Give me a second. It's kind of hard to see. I think this. So if you guys want to take all this, you'll see that there's not a lot of games today. And then this is actually soccer. So this is college basketball right here, and then you got the over/unders right here. So once I run these scrapers, we have another person on the team that runs these scrapers for us, and then he sends him and I the information. And then we kind of sort it in our own way. And then we come back later today and then we talk about it. And then that's when we start posting our stuff. And then this is soccer right here. You can see there's 2 data points that are missing for 2 games. The other 2, it's right there, Frankfurt 80%. Put this in the Discord earlier. I got the message, he put these 2 data points in there earlier. And then we got the, actually there's 3 right here. And then we got the NHL. I'm not going to say the name, I don't want to embarrass him or whatever, and I'm sure he's making good money. I actually know he's making good money, so I'm not going to hate on him. He's doing decent for himself. And I was on his live yesterday while I was waiting for some food, and I was like, damn, these guys don't talk about shit. These guys don't show shit. Literally, he just had some music, and he was looking at the camera, and then he was saying, yeah, I like this, and yeah, I like that. He wasn't showing anything. He wasn't explaining anything. He wasn't talking about anything. He was just sitting there. And I was like, that's crazy, man. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys like this, make sure you double tap the screen. That'll help me get. Also, make sure you me. I've noticed from other people like other people that are on lives, I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying they do not show half of the shit that I show, to be honest. And to be honest, man, I'm a content creator, right? And I'm in groups with other content creators, and a lot of these man, they don't do this. They just go and look at certain projections from certain different websites, and then they kind of rehash the same information. And this I'm going with, guys. The Thunder -4.5. I like Giannis under 29. I actually like the Knicks, but only if K Towns plays. I do this for fun because I get money doing it. Then I'm a lifer. So I decided a long time I'm going to make this part of my life, and it took a very long time to get where I'm at on this. It was one of the toughest businesses that I've started, and now it's paying off. So I appreciate you guys for your time and your effort and all the comments and everything. And I get a lot of support, so I appreciate that. I was on here yesterday. I made one simple mistake where the AI said that one of the players was hurt or injured, and it turned out that he wasn't even on the team anymore. And again, that's just AI. It kind of, they call it a hallucination. And you should have saw the amount of hate that I had just for that one little mistake. So it is what it is. TikTok is just that negative energy most of the time. I'm not saying you guys are good energy. I like that, but these guys out here yesterday were just hating. So anyway, I do my best to show you guys what I have or what I'm looking at, what I see. And if like you saw the chat, if you're in the chat, you can see a lot of people agree with the stuff that I share and everything. So I appreciate you guys. Washington with the points tomorrow. I haven't looked at NFL for the week. I do have some stats, but I'm not going to try to fight right now. I do talk about the NFL, so whatever comes up for me, I'll be posting it. I do like the Lions at a -2.5, and what was the other one? The Chiefs -2.5. So I'll be talking about that tomorrow. Also, what I was thinking about too is that I have so much knowledge on the internet. This is the first time I've said this on TikTok, but I've done $15 million in sales on the internet. So overall, I have a deep knowledge. I've been doing this since 1999 as far as all the internet sales and all that stuff. If you guys are interested in that, I have a lot of deep knowledge in that stuff. Like growing this business, I kind of had to start it from scratch. And so if you guys are learning things like that, send me a DM. Do you like the Nuggets beating the Heat? No, I'm gonna stay away from that game for two reasons. Number one, the line is shifting towards the Nuggets. They have Joker that's questionable, and Murray is questionable. Butler just came back, the drama queen. He got suspended for being a drama queen, literally. He might come back with a vengeance. He might just be still a drama queen like he's always been. He was with the Bulls, so I've been following this dude for a long time. I'm gonna stay away from this. I want to see how Butler comes back, so I'm gonna skip this game. All right, guys. I appreciate you all. If you guys want the props, I was gonna go over them, but I'll just give you this. Click on the link in the description, and then make sure you get the free stuff. But then make sure you follow me here. When you follow me here, we post these. I pretty much try this Monday through Friday. And also I was doing this for the NFL. So next season I'll be doing this stuff for like the tackles, the receiving yards, rushing yards, passing yards, all that stuff. I'll be posting that for the NFL also. So make sure you find the link in the description. There's a little YouTube thing right there. Click on that and then get the free stuff if you haven't done so. All right, guys. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. We did hit 23,000 likes on this live. So I appreciate that very much. I've already answered a lot of questions, and I think I've shared enough. I pretty much exhausted what I was going to say about the NBA, and I'm so glad that I was able to capture this whole video, because now I can just go and cut it up and edit it and put it up on YouTube instead of talking about all this shit again. So I appreciate that so much. Here's the over-unders for you guys. I'll give you guys the projections one more time. These are the projections. That's the Thunder. I know you guys probably can't see that, the name of it, but I'll tell you it's the Thunder on the left and the Mavericks on the right. That's the Magic on the left. That's the Celtics on the right. That's the over-under line moves. That's the play that I showed. That's the spreads. Sorry, that's about it. So if you guys haven't done so, make sure you get the free stuff. I appreciate that. I like the Thunder and I like the Knicks only if Karl Anthony Towns plays. I've been hitting a lot with the Knicks, so I really like them. I've been hitting a lot with the Thunder, so I really like both of those today for sure. The only thing I don't like about the Thunder, I'll put it out there, is that they're on a back-to-back, and they went very hard yesterday. They blew out the Cavaliers. Cavaliers is probably the number one or number two team in the league, and the Thunder is number one or number two. So it's either one of them is number one, and they blew them out like it wasn't even close. They sat out like their starters, or at least they sat out Mobley and the other guy. But anyway, the Thunder are dominating teams, like crazy domination. And then the Knicks, they're very good with Towns. Without Towns, they're not that strong. Does this guy even hit? Can you guys answer that? I'll let you guys answer that and I'll be off after that. Can somebody answer this guy? I'm not going to say I do because obviously I can say whatever. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. I will tell you, man. I mean, this ain't even. I mean, this is straight up. I know other content creators that follow me just to take my stuff. So take that for what it is. All right, guys. Thanks so much for everybody. We did hit 23,000 likes. I'm out of here. Thanks so much. Make sure you get on the free stream. Click on the description and then free. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you all. Have a good day.